Darren Filkey, Officer in Charge of Traffic Services Branch with SAPOL. As South Australians prepared this weekend to travel for the King's Birthday long weekend, South Australia Police are pleading with all motorists to take care on our roads this long weekend and to arrive safely and well and alive at their destination. This year, 59 people have lost their lives on South Australian roads. It is an horrendous start to the year in terms of lives lost, and that coupled with the almost 400 serious injuries that have also occurred really hits home to people on the road, the families, the communities that these lives lost and injuries have affected. Unfortunately, a staggering 35 of those 59 lives lost are from regional areas. So this weekend, when people are travelling this great state of ours, using our highways and using our arterial roads, they really do need to pay a lot of attention, take a lot of responsibility, because these are the very people, the people who are driving cars and riding motorbikes, that can actually bring that number down. This weekend, South Australia Police are conducting Operation Long Weekend, and we'll be out in force on the roads between midnight tonight and midnight on Monday. During that time, we're going to be targeting drivers for those offences and those things that cause fatal accidents and serious injuries. And those things are speeding, drink and drug driving, dangerous road use, not wearing your seatbelt. We really want people to arrive alive, that's where they're going, and more to the point, get home safely as well. We just can't emphasise that enough. Over the last lot of long weekends that we've had over the last 4 years, 4 people have lost their lives on South Australian roads and 46 people have suffered serious injuries. While those numbers don't appear all that high over 4 years, it is unacceptable to have any lives lost or any serious injuries. Again, please have a great long weekend. We really want you to enjoy yourself, but we want you to get home and get there safely. Minister.
Thank you. Thank you, Superintendent Filkey. In this high security warehouse, there is a living example of the consequences of being an idiot on our roads. We've had a number of offences on our law books for a number of years that result in your car being impounded. And just last year, the state government instituted new laws around extreme speed, which not only see someone losing their licence immediately if they're caught driving at an extreme speed, but also a mandatory 28-day impounding of their vehicle. So if you have your vehicle impounded, not only do you lose immediately your potentially your livelihood, your ability to get to work, your ability to get to study, your ability to see your friends and family or even care for your family and friends, but to get your vehicle out of impound after that 28 days, you'll be hit up with a minimum $1,100 fee. And if you don't pay that $1,100 fee, then you face the very real consequence and very real possibility that your car will either be sold from under your nose or to be crushed. So today, I want to concentrate on the fact that not only, of course, if you're making decisions on our roads to put others at risk, you are a complete moron, but you are also setting yourself up to lose your car, potentially forever.
Yeah, Mike.
Sure.
First, are there particular areas that'll be targeted during this operation?
Well, police will be out on all roads, both metropolitan and regional roads. As I said earlier, 35 people out of the 59 this year have lost their lives on regional roads. So there'll be a strong concentration around those particular roads, some of our main highways that go in and out of the city and into some of our tourism areas. Police have a range of strategies and tactics that they will use, but I can guarantee you speeding, drink and drug driving, road use that is dangerous, bad decision making, they will all come to our notice, and we will unequivocally and really without any compromise will police those incidents, because they're the things that contribute to the lives lost and the serious injuries on our roads.
I know we say it each time, but how frustrating is it to see the road toll climbing at the rate it is this year?
It's very frustrating, and I know we say this every year, but it can't be understated how frustrating it is. It's frustrating for the police as we try to get the message through around responsible road use. The road drivers you don't practice your responsibility on the roads. You get behind the wheel and you're responsible right from the start. The roads are not a sporting ground. The roads are not to test things out. The roads are there and the rules are there so that people can arrive safely, can drive safely, and sometimes it's not the driver themselves. They might be an innocent person on the roads as well. It's other drivers too that need to pay attention to their behaviour. So yes, it is frustrating, but the frustration really is overwhelmed by the grief and the tragedy that this brings to families and communities. So if you do it for nothing else, just do it to make sure that you don't send your family and your friends and your community into what is going to be a lifelong period of grief.
It looks like there's going to be some more wet weather on Monday, obviously urging people to drive to the conditions.
Yeah, absolutely. And whether it's wet, whether it's dry, people should drive the conditions at all times. I was aware even last night we had a reasonably serious accident on the Southern Expressway. A number of cars were involved, and we had motorists speeding past that accident site, that crash site, just not driving to the conditions. So people, and particularly when it's wet, and particularly when the road conditions are variable and different, absolutely people need to drive the conditions because you've got the best chance of not being involved in a collision if that happens.
Do you think the message is getting across?
Oh, look, we hope so. You could argue that maybe it's not getting across or not cutting through as much as we'd like by the amount of lives lost that we've had this year, being 59, which is, as I said before, is an horrendous start to the first 6 months of this year. All we can do is just keep driving that message home. Every individual motorist can take responsibility for their driving behaviour, and hopefully we can get that number down, and hopefully we can get that message through. Everybody has to take responsibility individually.
Is it a concern though that people aren't going to listen to this message?
Look, people will make their own minds up whether they want to listen to the message that I deliver, whether they want to listen to the message that SAPOL deliver, they want to listen to the message that the Minister delivers. But at the end of the day, hearing the message might just save their life. Hearing the message might save the life of another innocent motorist. Hearing the message might just stop a lifetime of tragedy and grief for their communities and their friends and their family. I can't make them hear the message, but I want them to know that the consequences of not hearing the message are catastrophic.
Any others? Thanks, guys.